That's a Pilsner. That's a Pilsner. It's like what most beers are nowadays. Most popular ones, anyway.
Yeah, it's pretty light.
Like your Bud Light, your Coors Light.
Yeah.
It's like what it's gonna be like.
What is she called?
It's the 800-foot Pilsner. It's from the brewery I work at in Egg Harbor Township.
If you're gonna pull it up on the camera.
Oh yeah, I
It's
forgot. I completely forget. Yeah. How's that? Is that center?
It's in there, yeah. If you
It's
want
in
to put
there?
it up to the
Gotcha.
thing, it'll see it.
Yeah.
800 pills, hidden
Yeah.
Sands. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's probably one of our most popular. You know, it's a good beer to have in the winter and summer if you're a beer drinker.
How long have you guys had that beer?
So that's one of our core ones for sure. So we probably had that one since we've been open. We started brewing in like 2018.
Okay.
So good.
Oh really? I
Yeah.
thought it was older than that, but you guys
No.
are relatively new.
Yeah, we're the brewing industry definitely peaked before COVID, so it's kind of off the radar. But we've been around. A lot of breweries are in the Jersey Shore. There's a good amount actually, I would say, and there's more popping up.
Yeah.
And then all of them I've tried have all been really good too. And I think this area is just a good spot to have them. But ours is doing good. Yeah.
I wish I could drink more beer.
I hear that a lot. I really do. I think it's a generational thing, man. I think like our parents and our grandparents were definitely more like, we're just going to have a beer at the bar. And I think our generation, or maybe it's our area, I feel like they're definitely like into the state sides, which are good. They're all good stuff. Like the state sides, the sweet teas, like the lemonades, and I enjoy them too. But you go to the bars, you go to any, like when we go out in the summer, you'll see them all over the place, and you still see craft beer, but it's definitely like not in like some 21-year-old girl's hands. You know what I mean?
Yeah, girls, it's very, very rare to see like any girl or like young woman.
Yeah.
You're a lot of older, really, you don't see many women just period like drinking.
Yeah, and if you do, it's like they're like
more rare.
Yeah, they're super hardcore. Like there's a lot of in the brewing industry. There's the Pink Boot Society, so they're a female and I believe LGBTQ community that
at least LGBTQ friendly.
Yeah, like, absolutely. Which most of the brewing industry is. They're very friendly. They are a huge part of the brewing industry, and they're all like non-biological males that brew beer, so that's always a good thing to have.
I think beer should be free for everybody. Beer should be welcoming to anyone who wants to drink
that's definitely a good thing about it, is that the brewing industry is very open to everybody. It's a very welcoming community, and everyone I've met has been super nice, and they're all like-minded, and everyone gets along. It's a good vibe. You go to these beer fests and you see people you haven't seen in 6 months, but you give them a hug like you've known them your whole life.
Right.
Like, hey, what's up, man? And you see people like you don't even know their first name. You're like, oh, and you see them and you like shout out. Like,
how many like festivals and stuff like that did you do kind of over this past year?
I would the past year, like definitely
the past couple years. But
I would say in a year. Like, that's a good way to like this last year we did a lot. Man, in the summer, I mean, probably like 10 like this whole year, but like that, and it doesn't seem like a lot, but like that's
I think it's a lot.
Like, but some
thought
of
you were
them,
gonna say like 4.
No, definitely more than 4. Like some of them are bigger than others, but it's a lot of them are really good because they're not just for beer. Like a lot of them are events, like a lot of them are people that create art or anything like that. There's also craft liquor there, craft coffee. A lot of times you'll see it's almost like a flea market, but we just serve beer there too, and that's like a part of it. So it's usually these events that we go to are really part of a bigger community where people can always get together and push what they have and try to like do something outside of the box. You always see a booth there that has something unique and like interesting to sell or for you to try. And every year it gets better and better. So I would say, it's good for everybody, man. It's just like a huge community event. And there's different themed ones. Like we did one during Halloween, which was like this huge like party in the woods in the Pine Barrens, and everyone gets together.
That's sick.
And it's like there was like, I don't know how many, it must have been like 1,000 people there, maybe more. I couldn't even tell you, but it was just it looked like a rave in the woods, but it was just everyone getting along.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so they combine like a lot of these things with like kind of like concert music.
Yeah, yeah, they had stages
stuff,
there and everything. Right? Yeah. It's a very well-run event, and the AC Beer Fest, you know.
Yeah, well, that one got canceled this year, right? Deal with that?
So there was 2 this year by the same company. Okay. They throw the same event. They do it inside at the convention center, and they do it outside at Bader Field. Since COVID, it's been at Bader Field, and it's been great. You know, every time even when it's inside, it's great. But I think they did it inside this year, and it sold pretty well. And then for the one outside, I guess they just consider just doing the one inside this year. So I think they stopped doing the one outside because I think it was in Bader Field in July, so it might have been too warm. And then I think they were just rescheduled.
Much sense, but
I mean, I don't know the full story behind it. I think it was a lot of just like, we already did one this year, maybe we just postpone this one till next year. Okay. I think it was something along those lines. I'm not too sure, and I don't want to like misspeak for anyone. You know what I mean? Because I don't know the full story.
That's fair. Yeah. That's fine. Where was the coolest one?
Definitely Bader. I mean, like doing it on Bader Field opened up a lot more possibilities. I mean, they used to do it at the convention center before COVID.
Yeah, I remember hearing.
Yeah, and then once COVID hit, they put it outside. And I remember the first year they did it outside. I think I saw a monster truck there, and I've never seen a monster truck in person. But this monster truck said DMX, like the rapper on it, and it said like it was all DMX themed.
Nice.
And it said Rough Riders in the back. I was like, I've never seen a monster truck, and now I just saw a monster truck with DMX. Yeah.
Monster truck.
So, you know, that's pretty cool. You don't see that every day. Yeah. So
that's pretty hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know how you even get that.
Did they have them like ripping around the?
No, they were parked, but still, that's I feel like that's a treat alone.
No, for sure. Yeah. Can you top me off a little bit on that?
Yeah, absolutely. We have some different flavors down here. We could probably try later.
Yeah. No, I mean after we finish this guy off, definitely down to try some of the other ones.
This Pilsner, I wish we brought some.
It's pretty good. Yeah. It's actually I actually really like it.
I'll bring you some more of it. Yeah, that's definitely like our It's like this is a classic Pilsner. It's clean. It's crisp. There's not much like hop to it. You know, it's laid back. It's easy to drink.
No, it is. Yeah, but it has an actual like flavor profile.
That's the thing,
like, a lot like, not gonna lie, like, you know, the PBR, Keystone,
it's watery.
Coors Light, even Bud Light, like they're all kind of, you know, piss water a little bit, but
my buddy used to call it river water. Yeah.
That's fair. That's a more,
we still like it.
That's a more gentle way to put it.
Yeah, I like river water. It's not bad. I used to drink Yuengling. I still drink Yuengling Premium. That's a good beer.
Yuengling is a good beer. Yeah. I think Yuengling tastes kind of similar to this one a little bit, but Yuengling's got more of a bite to it.
Yuengling's a different style.
Definitely. Like, I mean, you know way more about all these different types of beers than me. Unfortunately, for like beers, for me, it's the heartburn that kills me with them. So I really can only drink beer every once in a blue moon. And it's like people misinterpret that to be like, you don't like beer, and I'm like, no, I enjoy beer.
Yeah,
I
like
can't
the taste.
drink it often. It kills me. It's like if I was eating, and it's not comparable because they're totally different things, but if I was eating like, you know, 40 chicken nuggets throughout the night, like same thing, like that, all that type of stuff, like
it's just gonna mess with your stomach.
And for whatever reason, I can drink other types of alcohol and like be pretty much fine. Like I can drink the seltzers, even like liquor and all that, and be kind of fine. Beer, for whatever reason, usually I just like get that pain in my chest after I do like 4 of them. Okay. So that's kind of why I just like stopped it.
Hey man, it could be a lot of things. It could be maybe just the you know, it's an agree with you.
It's a gluten. It
could be a gluten thing. Like, it could be the yeast. You know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It could be a lot of things. But maybe that's something. Is that something you notice that happens every time, or is there like one bad time that happened?
No, it's pretty much anytime I drink beer. I mean, if I was like eating super clean throughout the day maybe, and then had some beers, I'd be fine. But like if I drank 10 beers tonight, it's not even like a thing of like tomorrow I'll be feeling horrible. It's just like in the moment as I'm drinking them, like my chest is burning, and I'm like, this is not fun.
Maybe it's the grain or something, you know.
I think, yeah. I mean, I know they're all full of gluten, and like when I eat, my mom has celiac disease, right? And whenever I eat, you know, a bunch of bread or pasta or any of that stuff, like that stuff, same kind of thing.
So maybe that
so it's I just think that I probably actually have,
you got like a splash of it
as well. I can tolerate it better than her. Like she literally would take like 2 sips of this beer, and her she would be horrible for the next 3 days in a row. I can at least kind of you can sip on it. She didn't have really bad symptoms until she was in her 50s. So I mean, if I'm having symptoms now, by the time I'm that old, it might kill me. I don't know.
Hey, you wouldn't be able to have like Stouffer's mac and cheese or anything like that.
No, I don't think so.
That would suck.
Even now, I really should not have Stouffer's mac and cheese. I occasionally.
I don't think anyone should.
No, I mean, I think Wawa is Stouffer's.
That's I think you're right about that.
Story I've heard.
I believe it.
And
I've had that thought eating it.
You know, sometimes when you have a couple of drinks and it's like 2 a.m., the Wawa mac and cheese is a necessity.
Yeah, it's pretty good. That thick mac and cheese, you know, it's been there since we were kids, it's good. It's very good. And I don't think there's anything good about it. No. But it is also the greatest thing.
No, yeah, it's something I was talking to Jerry about when I was in here last time, just like how bad so much of our food is.
Oh, it's bad, dude. Yeah.
But one of the things that my girlfriend Kim has made me, like, I guess more aware of is, like, I guess in the past 20 years, like there's some account she follows, like, shows all these different types of brands and the products they sell, and it'll be like 2005, and it'll be like, I'm just making this up, but it'll be like a Pillsbury strudel frozen
right
thing. It'll be like 5 ingredients, and then they'll show 2018 and it's like 37 ingredients, and
dude,
and that seems to just be kind of happening with everything.
Oh, that's funny you bring that up, because I was in the store the other day and with my girlfriend, and I got separated. It was in the the frozen breakfast section, and I saw like those pancake.
You got lost and somehow ended up in the frozen.
Yeah, I usually find myself there. But I got the pancake, egg and cheese and sausage, like, breakfast
those
things
are bad. All those frozen.
I won't say the brand, but I went home with it.
I would say it's probably Jimmy Dean.
That's
all right. Yeah.
I looked at the ingredients, and it said bioengineered food ingredients, and I'm like staring at it, and I'm like, what is bioengineered food ingredients? Like,
it's
I'm sure there's an explanation, but I don't think that should be on our boxes. Like, it might be something as simple as, like,
you ever see like the White Castle burgers?
I've never had White Castle.
You ever had like the frozen ones you can buy at the grocery store?
No, I've never had White Castle. I want it though.
I've never had a real White Castle, and I really want it from watching the Harold and Kumar movies. Like,
there's one next to Kate's parents. We'll go.
No way.
Yeah,
really?
In Forked River. We'll go. Yeah, yeah. It's right down the street.
I didn't even know they had them on like the East Coast. I thought it was a West Coast.
Well, Harold and Kumar takes place in New Jersey.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I haven't seen those movies in a long time. Is it New Jersey?
That's in New Jersey. I think it takes place in like Newark. I think North Jersey. Yeah. I think.
I feel like they used to have like more White Castles around than they do now, though, right?
Yeah, definitely. Oh man, definitely. It's like it's not as bad, but it's like Long John Silver. You know,
Long John Silver is like when you're on the highway and you pull into like
in like
rest stop.
The western part of Pennsylvania. Yeah,
that's what I was imagining as I said it. I can't believe you said that.
Like Ohio.
Yeah. I've never had Long John Silver.
Me neither. I've seen them. Yeah, never been inside.
I don't think I ever will. I don't know.
No, that's where I draw the line. Fast food fish.
Fast food fish is
that's too much
sell for me. Like, even the filet fish at McDonald's is
I don't think I'll try it.
A tough sell.
Have you ever had one of those?
Maybe. Well, I know I've had a McRib once.
See, red meat. I mean,
but the McRib is pretty gross too. That's that's not even a rib. It's like a they have a like it's almost like the cookie tray type of things. Like they have like a a 3D mold for it, and they like basically fill it with like pork paste and like put like kind of like a fake filling on it, I think, maybe.
Okay.
And then they literally just, it's like ground pork, and they just fill it into the shape of ribs, and then they like coat it in barbecue sauce. It's actually insane.
I've heard a lot of fun stories about what fast food companies do to their food before they serve it. And yeah, I still eat fast food, but it's not as frequent.
I eat it every once in a while. But before I forget, back to the White Castle burgers.
Oh yeah, sorry.
The grocery store ones say they have some weird chemical in them. I don't know. I can't remember the name of it, but the grocery store on the box, it says this chemical has been known. I don't know why just California, but it says this chemical has been known by the state of California to cause cancer.
I see that,
and it's like, and when I was in college, I would like look at that and be like,
shit.
Oh my god! Like, really?
Whatever, dude.
They wouldn't sell it at the grocery store.
Yeah, it's fine.
And then it's like, well, no, they put the warning on there to let you know, like.
So that was the rule. Yeah, they said when they first made that rule, the nutritious fact, they're like, you don't have to change your thing. You just have to tell people what's in it.
Right. Yeah.
That's the rule.
I guess California might have like stricter.
I think they test more. Like,
they test more. Okay.
So I noticed that. Like, I asked my dude I work with years ago. I was like, why does like you always see that? Oh, in the state of California, this might cause cancer, and apparently it's because years ago California ran all these tests on stuff, like the state of California, and then they're like, hey, this is all bad, but I guess they slapped that label on stuff like according to California, this is bad. And like, I don't know, but I think that's the theory. I'm like close to it.
Yeah, but, I guess so. Yeah. I don't want to get.
I don't want to be wrong.
No, I don't want to get too political, but I do think it's funny that like it used to be people on the left that were like super conscious about like all the food ingredients and everything like that. You know, and the grocery store products, all the processed foods, like hyper aware of all that stuff. And then it kind of, like, literally over the past couple of years when some conservative people came out talking about that stuff, it like, and maybe it's just a media thing, like maybe the individual person hasn't changed, but I feel like the media narrative, like, all of a sudden switched where it was like turning anyone who talks in that way into kind of like a conspiracy theorist, when it's like it's really not like a left versus right issue at all.
That's the thing. It's not.
But it's just, at least maybe it's just funny because like people on the right were not talking about that like years ago, and now they are. And I feel like as soon as some of them started talking about it, like people on the other side picked it up and just were like, all right, we got to push back the other way. And that kind of happens on both sides. Like both sides will do that type of bullshit.
That's the thing, man. Like when it comes to politics, you're absolutely, it's like, I feel like it depends on what generation it is. Like in 2004 they were debating about this stuff and they're on separate sides, or on one side was representing one side, and now it's completely flipped in today's world. It's like, where do our morals stand? Like everyone's confused. Like, you ever watch Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Yeah, I love that show.
Yeah, it's an amazing show.
One of my favorite shows.
Whenever
it's the longest running sitcom.
It is,
in history, at least with like
real, a live action,
like real people. I think like some animated ones have gone on a little bit longer.
Oh yeah, they know what they're doing. They're the best.
100%. They're so funny. They're so funny.
One of my favorite lines, and when anyone asks me, like, oh, did you vote? I'm like, I don't vote. And they're like, why? And it's like, the one thing I quote from Always Sunny is, why would I vote when it's going to be either a Republican bending me over a barrel and blasting me in the ass, or it's a liberal bending me over a barrel and blasting me in the ass? Like, no matter what, I'm getting fucked. Like,
when is that? Is that from an earlier season?
That's one of the earlier seasons. But he's like, Dennis said that. He's like, why would I vote? He was like, I'm just, a Republican's going to blast me in the ass, or a liberal's going to blast me. Like, I'm gonna get screwed either way. It's just like,
that's true. I mean, it's for the most part. That is
so I just stay out, and like, you know, in today's world, I know we're not gonna talk too too much about
I
politics.
I really don't care. I'll talk about anything else.
Yeah, I'm very apolitical.
No, 100%. Yeah. And we don't have to get into
it's just in today's world, it's just like, oh, everyone talks about politics when we like, and I feel like we're so far out of the bubble where we really need to be. Like, we need to be talking about this stuff, but we're all piled on top of bullshit. We all just kind of like, we're at the point where we're just like yelling at each other.
Let's go to each other's throats.
Yeah.
And let's just turn the other side into totally evil people that it's like the God, I'm not even gonna remember it right now. I'm not even gonna try. But there's like a terminology for it where you like instantly, it's like the angel, devil, like, but it's literally like a syndrome. It's called something where you turn certain people. It's like a black and white. When you meet somebody, you turn one person into an angel and a devil based on like a couple things they tell you, or maybe their belief system. Like they tell you they're right wing because they're pro-life and they want like low taxes all around, and something else. And then on the left side, they tell you that they're pro-choice and that they want higher taxes because they want things distributed more equally. And then there's a lot of people on either side of the aisle that will listen to someone tell them that, and then they're like, oh, okay, you're evil. And it's like, no, they just think differently about the world than you. Like, most people are good people, and they want kind of the same end goal for our country and like the people around them and their families. They just have different ways of going about it. And unfortunately, it's like become very sad where we kind of just vilify the people on the other side and like have no ability to see or understand their point of view, and just understand that they're not like some shadowy evil figure like standing there like rubbing their palms together. It's
there are some evil people in the world.
Oh, 100%. There are. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's not.
It's not everyday people. Yeah.
I forget. There was something we were just talking about that I wanted to go back to. I can't remember.
What I did, like, what kind of relates to what you were just saying is, like, we're so on top of each other and at each other's throats. Is there, like, it's kind of like the internet's fault to an extent. It's like our access to each other is, like, unended now. Like, we can get in touch with each other at any time, anywhere, in a huge amount of capacity. Like, I can see your face in a second if I wanted to on my phone.
Right.
I was, like, talking to someone, and we were saying, like, man, wouldn't it be nice if we can go back to, like, flip phones or, like, the BlackBerry?
It would be kind of nice.
It would be nice, right? It
would be kind of nice.
It'd be a lot less, like, I think, stress in everyone.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that the other night. Like, when I was trying to fall asleep, I was like, I'm not going to look at my phone because I know the blue light and everything's bad for my eyes.
Yeah,
it's just,
absolutely.
Even it's like this information stimulation, like it's not going to help me as I'm trying to fall asleep.
You're not supposed to do it. Yeah.
I was thinking like as a child, I was getting have it. Like I had a Nintendo DS or whatever that I play under the covers of my bed, like while I was supposed to be going to sleep.
100%.
It's not the same like weird dopamine hits that you get from the phone and like the things that you see that just trigger you, get you pissed off, or make you laugh, and you're looking for that next thing that's just going to kind of give you that hit. And I don't know, I was just thinking it's really sad that kids have like total most kids, I would say probably like 3rd, 4th grade and up at this point. I mean, there's definitely some kids in like 1st grade now that have phones that basically have full access to everything.
Dude. I was at a funeral the other day, and I saw maybe a 1 or 2 year old on his mom's iPhone, and he was watching Squid Game clips. He was like 2 years old.
No,
and I hear like the music, and I'm looking. He's watching clips from Squid Games, and this kid's like 2.
This is actually perfect. That he was like 2.
Dude, he was in a baby carrier. He was in like one of those strollers. I'm at a funeral. I'm like, this is the crazy. Like,
there's no way. He was in a baby. He was in a carriage.
Yeah, he was
with a phone watching. Squid Game
I heard the Squid Games music, and I'm like peeking around. I swore I saw one of those. And I swear I saw one of those red suit guys, and I was like, he's not. That's like the most violent show on Netflix. There's no way he's watching clips from that.
No, it's especially because you said, because Kim and I were arguing about that like a week ago, and I was saying like, I was like, kids are gonna watch, because we were arguing about like something that was happening in the show.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, kids are gonna be watching this, and it's going to be influencing like their opinions on the world. And she was like, well, kids shouldn't be watching. And I was like,
definitely not.
I was like,
Squid Games.
I was like, I agree, but they're gonna be watching it. She was like, I don't know. And I was like, I think they are. And then, you sit down and you tell me like a 2-year-old in his little like baby carriage, watching Squid Game.
I feel like it's so much easier to watch. It's so much easier to watch hard stuff now. Like when we were kids, we would have to find like the tape.
I don't know. We saw some beds. I mean, I saw some
on the internet. Some
horrifying. Kids would show me like horror.
But you would have to log into the family
horrifying stuff.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. I've seen some terrifying stuff when I was a kid on the computer. But like, you had to physically be in front of the computer.
Yes.
Yeah, and like you had to be in your mom's office or whatever, or your dad's computer, or the family.
And usually
computer.
for me, I'd be like, you'd be with like 2 of my friends.
Yeah, it'd be a group
of
of
the
you.
kids was like the derelict, and he pulls it up.
He would find the sites. Yeah.
And then you watch it, and you kind of look at it, and you can kind of like run away. But yeah, imagine now. I guess it's like
it's just right
kids.
here. Yeah.
Dude, Instagram and X and all that. It's like they will show you like someone getting their head decapitated.
Yeah, and you don't even ask for it. It's presented to you.
X will have threads of people dying.
I've seen that. I've seen like it's people's channels. They make channels where they just like
they'll make an entire channel.
I've seen that. Yeah, it's awful.
It's pretty hard.
I have to like block it. I'm like, why is this getting shown to me? I just want to see cars and like dogs and stuff.
Back it was probably like 6-7 years ago. I was on a Facebook page that was originally funny.
Yeah.
I won't even say the page because I don't know if it's still around or not. But it started out being like funny videos, and then they would kind of mix in like some people getting hurt, but then there'd be kind of the ones that were like stupid things to get you to
someone
laugh,
riding a bike like that falls off the bike, like something silly. Yeah.
And then like all of a sudden, like out of nowhere, it just started literally being videos of like the cartel chopping a guy's hands off, and he's holding his hands out in front of him, and like for some reason super calm about it, and horrible things. That's like awful. Just more and
it's awful.
I saw like 3 different videos that they had posted over time, but you know, you see and you're like, oh my God. And then obviously I like blocked the page and everything, but I was like, dude, what the hell is going? And that was years ago. And then now it's at this point now it's kind of just like, you could just scroll. You could find 100 pages on these social media sites that are just if you're like a young child being exposed, I can't even imagine the harm.
It's just harm it's not like we weren't, but it's just way easier to get access to that now. Yeah. And I think we might have peaked as a society. We should have never gone beyond flip phones.
We'll see, man.
Yeah, we might. Yeah, we'll definitely see. Because like,
we'll see. We got. Apparently, we have autonomous general intelligence coupled with humanoid robots coming in the next few years. Musk is claiming that Tesla will be using humanoid robots by 2026. And he's off with his guesses.
I was gonna say, they always say stuff like that.
But they have working ones now.
Oh, the humanoid ones? Yeah, I've seen those.
Tesla bots.
Yeah.
And there's other, like, a good 5 or 6 other companies with very, very legit humanoid robots, like, that they are working on and have showcased on videos on. That's everything. Crazy, like, man. They're coming soon.
Yeah.
And then the AI is, like, progressing insanely fast as well. And when you add those together, it's gonna be the iRobot situation.
I was gonna bring up iRobot
very soon, much sooner than we think.
I feel like AI hasn't gotten to the point yet where we can't just turn it off. I feel like AI is still at the point where you could just switch it off.
It is.
Yeah, so we're good for now. For the next like year,
we're good for now. But the people that are working on it, they don't want to switch it off.
No, definitely not. It's a whole industry they're trying to tap into or create. You know, it's the future. Some people were saying, I've always been like, AI's never really impressed me. You know, the best thing for me with AI is like, I'll Google something and the AI will just answer it for me right away. It's like, here's your answer.
Google has the AI.
Yeah,
now.
Google has AI now, and it's actually very useful. And like comment sections on Facebook get summarized by Meta AI. Yeah, I really appreciate. I like that parts of AI. If it stays like that, dude, that's perfect. Like, you know,
it's going really fast where it's going to start giving complex medical opinions.
It's crazy that it's going to be able to know more than humans will because we created it, right?
Right, and that's the supposed singularity.
Oh, right.
Which is where you create an AI with either the task. So you get to a point where you create an AI that is smarter than the collective collective intelligence of humanity, let's just say. And then so who knows when we'll get to that point, but you get to that point, you create one that's just barely smarter than the collective intelligence of humanity. So it's just able to do a tiny bit more than all of us together could. Mm-hmm. And then you give it the task of either creating another AI that's smarter than that, or the task of improving its own intelligence and capabilities. And the theory is that once you do that, it's game over because it will move so rapidly that we will not be able to control it, like under any capacity. Like it'll move so fast in creating better versions of itself that within months or whatever time frame you want to put it on, it's like thousands and thousands of times smarter than we are. But that could be a good thing, right?
Yeah, I honestly don't see
if it's benign, it could really help humanity in a lot of ways. It could bring us into a totally new era of our species. But if it decides that's what people get so scared of. Like if it decides that there's no need for us to be around anymore or something, then we're kind of screwed because it's so many steps ahead of us.
I just feel like it would there's got to be a kill switch. There's got to be a big red button somewhere. I don't think it's going to get as bad as like people say it's going to be. I think human beings are creatures of habit, definitely. So I think we're like LA's on fire. Like
that's true.
It's like people, there's tragedies all over the world and people just continue to keep going. And it sucks and it's sad, but people don't seem to really stop. And I don't think AI and robots are going to stop humans in general. I think we're always going to be able on the same path. Mm-hmm. And I think our path is to enjoy life. I think our humans are going to turn into WALL-E, dude. You ever see WALL-E?
People are going to be WALL-E?
Like not WALL-E himself, but like...
like the WALL-E world. Like
I think that's where we're blissful to everything around us.
That world freaks me out.
I don't know, dude. Those sofa chairs look pretty comfy.
They do. Honestly,
I think that's where we're heading. More something like that, but that's not a good thing. But I don't think the world's gonna end. Like I don't think it's gonna turn into Terminator. I think it's gonna turn into WALL-E.
I don't know if it's gonna be Terminator, but I just, from all the people that I've been listening to, I do think that. Or AI paired with quantum computing and the humanoid robots and everything else is going to be a totally different world very soon. In
New York City or London. But if you go to like West Virginia, it's like not going to be different. You know what I mean?
That might be true.
Like it's going to be different in a press conference in LA. You know what I mean?
But something else like I worry about too is like the jobs aspect of it. Like that's I really do believe that in 20 years that most companies it'll be cheaper to have robots driving all of your trucks, which apparently like driving service employees I think make up something like 30% or something like that of the like United States workforce. I could be off on that number, but I think it's somewhere around that.
Okay.
Just imagine you eliminate all of those people's jobs. Because that is 100% something that will happen with AI. We already have autonomous driving cars. Maybe certain roads like the ice road truckers and whatever, like still might need to be done by a person for a while. But I think that those jobs are going to go within the next 20 years and maybe faster than that. Totally
no, maybe not. Maybe in the cities, like you do see, like in Sanford, where they have all those self-driving cars, but like those long-haul truck drivers, I don't.
You don't think a truck driving across like the entire United States?
I think that's a big risk if you have AI driving like 8 hours and.
I think it might be safer than having a guy who could possibly be pulling you over and sleep deprived, or maybe doing
they're actually
methamphetamines or something like that.
Oh no, that's what that's what apparently they did in the 70s. Now they're pretty strict about they have logs and everything now. Like you can only drive for a certain amount of hours, but that would be an argument for AI. Like, well, AI doesn't have to stop. Yeah, I get that, but I think like, are we at the point where we can trust a tractor trailer with like bunch of steel in the back to go like 70 miles per hour down the highway alone? I don't think so, but
dude, I think it's gonna be.
I've been wrong before, though.
I think it's gonna be safer than having a person drive it. I really do.
I don't think those truck drivers are too dangerous on the road. I think they're some of the safest guys on the road.
No, I don't want to disparage truck drivers at all. I have a lot of respect for people who do that.
I wasn't saying you were either.
No, we need people who do that.
Yeah.
I mean driving in general. Like my dad's been saying since I was like 10 years old that he thinks that at some point driving on the highway will be illegal. Like you will not be able to drive your own car. You will have to let the AI system in the car take over for you.
Dude, it might be like iRobot, man. It's pointing more and more like iRobot.
I think it might be like that. Yeah. It also kind of makes sense too, because imagine like once we get to 2050 or whatever, every car is on the road for the most part, it's above made after a certain year, and then they all get on the highway and they all drive 120 and on the highways that are now like 65 for us, and it's just a system that's all communicating to each other. All the cars are talking to each other. They're able to go much faster.
That
much
would be a safe system.
There's 1-2 accidents a year due to some malfunction. There's no human caused accidents. Anyone can drunk drive as much as they want because the car is going to drive it.
Yeah, it's driving itself. But could you imagine if like there is a hiccup with that AI system and everyone's going 120?
My worry is
that'd be bad.
Oh, it could be bad. My worry is less of a hiccup and more of like a terrorist attack, like a cyber terrorist attack. Someone takes over all the cars and just causes chaos.
They did it. I'm not saying it was but you heard about what happened in with the pagers, right?
With the what?
The pagers.
Oh, where the
like you can hack anything.
Israelis did that to was it ISIS down there?
I'm not too sure, but I just heard about on the news that the pagers got hacked.
Whatever terrorist group is in.
I don't know, because then I wouldn't say anyone's a terrorist group or whatever, because I don't know enough. But
that's true. I feel like it was a terrorist group, but I don't know. Maybe they're good guys. I'm not educated enough to say, but I did hear all I heard in the news was that someone hacked like pagers, and then of like several people. I think it was like 15 to 20 people, maybe. I remember seeing an article. No, they did it. It might have been more than that.
It might have been more, yeah. But like everyone's pagers. So like imagine like. I don't know, man. Everything's hackable nowadays. It feels like that's the problem. That's what I'm saying. We peaked, man. If we stuck with flip phones. But then I guess you could hack a flip phone too.
Yeah, it depends what your definition is by peaked too. We could be.
I feel like
become less than.
Dude. Like today's kids, they're not gonna grow up with Drake and Josh. They're not gonna grow up with like.
You can stop right there.
That's it. It's fucked up. Yeah. They're not gonna like have the same childhood we have, where we like. Do watch everything on TV, then talk about it in school, like because we're all these kids that are now are like just connected on their iPhones, and it's just like when we were kids, if we did get a phone, it was a flip phone that you couldn't really do anything with. It was like it didn't even have a camera.
Yeah, I got my first phone in 6th grade.
Yeah,
for my birthday.
I was in 5th grade. Yeah,
damn.
Yeah.
5th grade, dude.
It was my dad got buy one get one free for his business. It was the shittiest stuff. People were jealous. Yes, for sure.
Yeah, I had the Motorola Razr, and it was the Dark Knight Special Edition.
Damn.
So it had like 4 deleted scenes from the Dark Knight.
You're watching them in like 144.
The screen's like
sick,
that big. I'm like, oh my god, that's so dope.
What the fuck, bro?
And the phone was a special color as well.
It was like Dark Knight theme.
It was like midnight black, and then it had like a little
Jamie,
like.
pull it up. I want to see that. I want to see that.
Jamie,
Yeah.
pull that
I
up.
want to see a picture of that.
I'm actually. I might actually pull that up.
Yeah,
for
I want to see that. Dude, you remember Toonami?
Of course, I remember.
Yeah, Toonami. They did. I don't know, man. I was probably like in 3rd grade. They did a promo. It was like, enter this code on our website to a chance to win this cell phone. It was like a Toonami themed cell phone. And I remember I was like, I need that.
Oh,
dude.
yeah, I think you told me about that before.
Yeah, I still think about that Toonami themed cell phone.
Was it the was it a Nokia? Damn.
You had a Nokia?
Cool. I thought I was cool. Not nearly as cool as I thought. Nokia.
Nokias are
What the
cool?
hell it's called. Do they still sell them?
Maybe in Europe.
I should probably buy one of these, dude.
I think, you remember they used to call those the bricks? Because they're like indestructible?
Yeah. And, what is happening?
What'd you do?
My,
Did Jamie shut it down?
Jamie?
Shut it down.
My laptop is kind of frozen right now.
Is it still recording?
I don't know. It's frozen on.
Hello?
Let me put these headphones on.
Hello,
it's
hello?
frozen. Oh,
check the
still,
mic.
It's still picking up our audio.
It's lighting up.
Yeah,
It's lighting
that's
up on the
audio interface. All right, this is a good time for me to go take a pee.
Okay.
We go, hi, I'm Paul.
Yeah, Paul's the man. That's a great show, dude. Jimmy Neutron. That's the thing. These kids
Jimmy
these
Neutron
days,
was good.
They don't get Jimmy Neutron. These kids, that, you know.
I could go back to some Jimmy Neutron, man. I could go back for sure.
You know, it sucks going back, man. Especially like you want to watch Drake and Josh. Can't watch Drake and Josh
because it's not the same, or because
in a way. I mean, you can watch Drake and Josh, but like, you know, you heard about the controversy.
Oh, like, yeah, okay. I didn't know if you were, I was gonna say the allegations.
The allegations, but then
Dan Schneider,
Schneider, Drake Bell, you know.
Drake, I thought was cleared of all charges.
He got pretty much cleared.
I thought we liked Drake again. No,
I like Drake. I mean, but I know it, like, I don't know the full story. Cut that out.
Nah, it's funny. We got on this last time too. Of like, it's fine, man. It's like you're the same as me. Like you don't make judgments of stuff that you don't know enough about.
Yeah,
like, you're not gonna put your nose in it when you don't really know. Like,
yeah, I didn't.
That's how it should be. We shouldn't be jumping on to attack people like crazy out of nowhere. Like,
yeah, I'm not a big attacker or jump on people.
Yeah, they
might
be a good guy. They might be a terrible person. And
I don't know. Yeah,
the court of law, I guess, can decide that. But
yeah, let society decide for me. Yeah, that's true. But no, man, it's a different. I feel like when I say like we peaked, I feel like life was a little more enjoyable back then than it is nowadays. Like there's a lot more bullshit, I feel like, and I think the internet has brought that along.
Or that could be like sentimentality too, but no, I get what you mean with
maybe
kids today versus when we were kids. Like, I mean, I was getting outside all the time. I was in the woods behind my house. Like, I was flipping up rocks. I was looking for salamanders and like spiders. I was building forts,
which I'm sure happens now.
Kids do it, but I feel like
but we're not quoting streamers when we were kids. And like,
using all the crazy.
We weren't obsessed with YouTubers. Yeah, like YouTubers weren't a thing.
They were, but there was like so few of them where it was like
like Tobuscus or whatever.
Tobuscus.
You don't remember Tobuscus, dude?
I remember like Bo Burnham was big back then.
Yeah, he was a big one.
Lonely Island, was making the like those music video, like kind of
they were great.
Parody like stuff before other people were.
Fred, dude, remember Fred?
Fucking
Fred, dude.
Fred.
Everyone loved Fred.
That one Asian dude was like real big for a while.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say his name, but I know who you're talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, that was the internet back then, dude. Yeah, he was did that, and then there was all those top YouTubers, and there was a list. It was like YouTube would tell you like top YouTubers in the world, and nowadays you don't see any of those guys anymore.
No, yeah, they're all gone pretty
Except
much.
for Shane Dawson. You hear about Shane Dawson sometimes, but I feel like all those old YouTubers either have like weird controversy, like
yeah, I know they all did. Like PewDiePie went down for a while. They were saying he was saying some anti-Semitic stuff.
Oh, he there's a clip of him.
Okay,
yeah, it's a fucked up clip, dude. Yeah, he
I vaguely remember seeing.
Yeah, no, that was broad, clear as day. Like he did this, and he did PewDiePie. And then who else? Like you know Onision? You hear Onision? He was like. I think he got accused of like Chris Hansen he actually
right there.
Yeah, he actually investigated Onision, so that tells you enough about him, I guess.
Now
right?
We have Vitaly. You want to see that guy Vitaly?
Oh, Vitaly. Yeah,
is it Vitaly?
Vitaly, okay. I think is his name.
Yeah,
he started off doing.
That guy's. Go ahead.
He's an interesting one because when he started off doing like public print. He would run on like the soccer fields of the World Cup. Like he was one of those dudes.
But before even that, he was like doing funny videos, and then he
a lot of prank videos.
And then he like briefly kind of like lost his mind, and he like attacked somebody.
I know he disappeared, but I don't know why. I knew he just went off the radar, and then he came back.
He like attacked someone.
Did he? That's crazy.
I don't remember.
Yeah, because I don't watch any of that content. I just know of these people.
Yeah, this wasn't content. This was like he
was he like drunk at a bar or something?
No, I think it was like in the street. I don't want to say like a bunch of stuff because it was.
Yeah, I got you. I don't know. Yeah, I'm the same way.
Oh yeah, I won't even say. But I remember like it was something pretty crazy. Yeah, and then he started later doing that, and then now he's been on like the like exposing like child predators.
He does that.
And stuff, and,
I see that on TikTok.
Squirting like hot sauce in their mouth. And all that.
He'll like I think he makes deals with them. He's like, if you like strip down your underwear and we leave you somewhere, we'll let you go, or we call the cops. I thought I saw one that was like that. It was like, we're gonna like leave you naked in the woods and then you're good.
Right. And I guess on one front, it's like good because he's exposing them publicly. Like everyone knows who they are. Like if they try to get a job, someone will look up who it is, or like just like people know it's there from whatever. On the other side, they're probably doing stuff that makes it harder for the police to like actually arrest them.
I mean, if you assault them, it definitely doesn't help.
Right. Like there's a whole like X page where guys like expose pedophiles.
I've seen that on TikTok.
The living shit out of them, and it's like
it's very fun to watch.
It's entertaining, but it's
the
like
greatest.
You probably can't like it's tough to arrest.
It's not good for the courtroom, probably. But like, dude, I love the ones like it's like I'm gonna slap you, and the guy's like, what? He's like, and he like cocks his hand back. He's like, I'm gonna slap you. The guy's like, oh, and he just slaps the shit out of him. Yeah. He's like, excuse me, everybody.
Yeah. Oh my god,
those are great, man. There's a lot of good like see I do complain about stuff like, oh man, the internet's kind of ruined everything, but then it also has some of like the most funny like content.
The internet's amazing.
It's amazing, dude. But like great. But it's a double-edged sword, dude. Just like everything, it's like you love it and you hate it. I just wish we had like people have too much access to the internet. My problem is like when people have a keyboard in front of them, they just get like this fucking power trip, man, especially in the 2016 election. That's why I turned away from politics, was the 2016 election. Like everyone just turned into fucking wolves and just started going at each other, dude.
People get insane.
Yeah, they turned into everyone, dude. Like,
I mean, in my opinion, it's gotten way worse since 2016. The 2016 election was like
it started it, though.
That's when it started to get bad.
It started it, bro. And I've checked out since then.
That's when I was like, and like I entered college in 2015.
Yeah.
So like, it was right as that election was going on, and it just
it was crazy, dude.
I think it's way worse now. Like,
it completely divided the country.
Honestly, over the past couple months, I think it's gotten a little bit better, and I hope we'll see with Trump coming into office, like how divisive things get or not. But I feel like over the past 8 years since then, it's gotten worse, like much worse. And I agree. Like I think people, when they're behind a screen, like they think they're Superman. Like people just think they can say whatever they want. They get like really, really nasty. That thoughts come out. Like they say things to people that like they would never say to someone in person. And not just because they're afraid of getting punched in the face, but because like they would feel bad.
Yeah, you just want to do that to someone.
Right.
There's the blinders when you have the keyboard in front of you, and like people are so ready to argue. Like that's at least how it was in 2016. Like people were so ready to fucking like type paragraphs out and like say you're wrong for this reason, and then like
people will get going over nothing.
Over nothing,
people are
dude.
waiting for it.
Yeah, and it's like, why live like this? Why are we doing this to ourselves? Like when we need to constantly be on the internet ready to complain to each other.
Yeah.
About, like politics have been debated since before we were born, but there wasn't an internet to it, and we got through it. But now it's like we have too much access to it, and we all over communicate, and we're all losing our minds. I think slowly. Like. I don't know, but there's nothing you can do. You kind of just gotta hang out and wait for the next season of your favorite show to come out. And
Humanity might be my favorite show. Just watching everybody,
dude, it's the theater of life, man.
Yeah. But no, people literally get going about anything. Like I remember a couple of years ago, there was some article about saying that you should like wash avocados before you eat them.
Yeah.
And I think I've seen this. Met my mom, but like she's such a cat. She like comments on it, like never washed an avocado in my life, and never will. Just like leaves it under it,
right?
And it's like a firestorm.
Like 10 people just like, what the fuck did you just say?
People are like, listen, lady, you idiot! Like, who do you think you are? And then my mom is like, she just like never backs out. She's like throwing it back at him. Like, listen, lady, just chill the F out.
Yeah.
Like, all, like stuff back at them, and they're just like going at it. Like these like women just losing their minds over an avocado, and it's like, chill.
Yeah, seriously. Dude, it's like, you might not remember this. It's like when we were at the Polar Plunge in Seattle City, and we go to the porta potties, and that kid was like freaking out. He's like, I was in line first.
Oh, I remember that.
And he was like, I can fight anyone. And I was like, fight the porta potty. Like, it's just like, I'm the complete opposite of that. I'm like, I'll divert and like push people's anger away, and like unless they're like threatening me or anyone, I'll just be like, go in the porta potty and start swinging, dude. Just
well, he was kind of threatening my girlfriend.
Yeah, he was a dick. That guy sucked. He was just like, he was literally like your early 2000s like movie villain. He was like, he had like the popped like polo like that was pink, and like the backwards hat that was like way too small and barely on his head. Like that kid sucked. Like I
remember just being like, dude, I remember like explaining to him why he was a total asshole, and then it like the like wheels started actually turning in his head, and he was kind of like, oh yeah, like I am
an asshole.
And he was like, then he was kind of like, but I can't back down now. So then he started, and then his friend came over and was like, I'm sorry for him. And
he was like, you need to choose your words better. He said that to him in front of us. Like, damn, dude, your whole... Yeah, man. He was probably like 22. He was probably some drunk, like some drunk kid, like, who probably has a BMW, like something fancy.
Down here, probably.
Yeah. So he was, like I said, like he was your typical, like, movie villain, or like your college frat, like
like high school,
like a Disney movie villain.
Exactly.
You're not part of this quad, bro. Like, yeah, that guy sucked. But whatever, that's life. There's always gonna be people like that.
Yeah, I guess Polar Plunge is coming up again this year.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. There's a lot of fun stuff in the. But they just did the Ocean City one. Didn't they?
They just did it.
Oh no, the Margate one. I'm sorry.
They did that earlier? Okay.
Yeah, they did it in front of Lucy. Yeah.
Yeah, for people who don't know, the Polar Plunge is something done down here on the Jersey Shore, where people essentially just sprint into the ocean, into the freezing cold water, and then all the bars host everybody after, and everyone gets pretty much just completely hammered for the rest of the night. They have these big like tents out and everything.
Yeah,
and
it's a very official thing too. It's like
100%. And all the money like goes to different. I don't know about all the bars' money, but a lot of the money from like the event goes to charities and stuff.
Okay, yeah, I know. My brother I think he participated, but him and his friend went, Tyler, and they said there was like a lady just grilling hot dogs, and she had
on the side of the street.
No, on the beach. She just had like
okay,
one of those
nice,
like chart like those like old classic girls that you use
pretty cool.
charcoal.
She was a crowd favorite.
Oh, dude, she had a whole line. My brother said he got there early.
Was she charging for? Or was
those free hot dogs, baby, just for everybody who
What a
came.
lady.
So that's just the kind of vibe.
Someone
That's
needs
the,
to put a ring on that finger.
she's definitely married, dude.
She's
Definitely.
like 90.
Yeah, she's giving out hot dogs for free. She probably got a line of guys.
But what was I gonna say about the sea isle one? They don't do the actual plunge anymore.
What? Why?
From my understanding, is because a couple years ago, not a couple, maybe like 5-6 years ago, a kid died.
Ooh.
In the water from, who knows if he like had something else in his system, because usually, cold water is really good for you, but who knows if he had a heart condition or whatever. But he went out of the water, and then his family alleged that the police officers like didn't try to resuscitate him, and that he
I never heard of this or any of this.
Let me fact check myself right now, and if my laptop freezes again, I'm just gonna break it over my knee and make another podcast again. So
yeah. Just look.
Isle City.
Keep burping, man. I'm trying to like burp out of the mic.
It's all right. Burp straight into that mic, man.
Yeah. That's why I got the phone. Ugh. Yeah, you definitely need to get some.
So this is 2009.
It's a long time ago. Wow. Is that one? So that's the last time they did it?
I'll share my screen here. It might be, and nobody take my word for this. I could be totally wrong. This is my understanding of why they don't do it anymore. If I'm wrong, fine. Somebody tell me. But in 2009, Tracy Hottenstein died from hypothermia after falling into the water in Sea Isle City following a polar bear plunge. Hottenstein, a 35-year-old marathon runner, was intoxicated. She fell off a pier into the water and was found hours later. This is not the... I don't think this is the... Police officers declared her dead after failing to find a pulse. Hottenstein's parents filed a lawsuit claiming that she may have been alive... Okay, I think this is one I heard about. May have been alive when first responders pronounced her dead. So parents like sued the city, said that she was actually alive. They didn't try to save her enough. I'm not saying that's what happened at all. Maybe they did, or maybe she really was not alive. I'm not sure. I'll post a snippet here over this clip talking about what really happened. But that's my understanding of why they don't do it anymore.
Okay.
Do the actual plunge anymore, and then they just have like the massive,
it's a big event. Like still, like they have that big turnout at the Orr House. I remember we went to.
Yeah, you guys did not come last year with us.
Last year, we might have been
past
somewhere.
2024. No, you didn't. Yeah,
yeah, we weren't there, but we were there the year before with you. Because I remember it was the four of us, like me, you, and our significant others.
Yeah. It's fun, but it's like shoulder to shoulder packed and gets just like
I'm over that, dude.
Yeah, it's a little. I'll probably go this year, but it is.
Yeah, we'll
is
probably
like,
go.
It gets a little too nuts sometimes.
It gets packed. Yeah, it's like a. I liked how for you it was like, oh, I know this guy from high school. like from like. Not even this, like we're not even in your high school town. It's like a high school reunion.
There's a lot of people from my area that come down for that, and that just come down to the Jersey Shore in general. But for that weekend, yeah, it's like I see everybody.
Yeah,
it's nice though. I like to see.
Yeah, dude.
And it's also fun because I can just kind of say what's up for like 2 seconds, and then everybody's super drunk, so everyone kind of just goes their separate ways. You don't have to
I'll
like
see you later.
Conversation. Yeah, I'll see you in like an hour, dude.
It's so nice to see you, man.
And you don't see him again.
You
for
never
like
see him again.
5 years.
That's life, dude.
Yeah.
It's like when you see someone from high school, like in the grocery store, and you're like, I'm not saying hi to them.
Yeah. Or just anywhere. I definitely see people I know sometimes, and I'm like,
it's just like, yeah. Like I wouldn't mind talking to you, but like I'm not going to be the one to initiate the conversation.
Right.
Yeah.
I've definitely more now, like, I honestly prefer more with like random people. Just with starting this podcast and everything. Like, That's why I started the podcast, is because I've been trying to like put myself more out there in general, and just like talking to random people. Like if I'm sitting next to someone at a bar,
Yeah.
or like, you know, a grocery store, bump into someone, whatever. Just like, I realized that I get some like the greatest interactions with people, and sometimes people tell me these crazy stories about themselves, or they're like super interesting people, and I feel like kind of, it's not like I ever dislike. I've always loved people, but I feel like for a while it's like kind of when you just see random people around you, it's like they're like extras in your life, like they're like kind of just there, and you kind of just navigate around them.
Yeah.
And now I kind of look at like a little bit more every single person that I see, and like I'm like, maybe they have the most crazy stories that I've ever heard in my life, and I just don't know it. And it's just this very average, normal looking guy.
Yeah, maybe, probably. You know, I definitely heard some gnarly stories working at the brewery, but you get a lot of older people in there. Like, oh man, like my next door neighbor growing up, he was a Vietnam vet.
I'm sure he had some crazy
stuff. Dude, and he was like a guy that was in the shit. Like, as they would say. Yeah. Like, he was...
I think a lot of them, you know... I feel like mostly all Vietnam vets were thrown into the shit at one point.
Yeah, I'm sure some of them weren't, like, it wasn't as bad. Yeah. I don't know the full extent of it, but, like, yeah, he was telling horror stories of, like, seeing walls of fire and just, like, entire forests leveled and stuff like that. And, like, dude, the stories... And you were, like... You go through something like that, and you just come home and you're like, all right, back to normal, or like that's how it's supposed to be.
Right. Yeah. Everyone expects you to be normal, or they're like, they throw a parade for. I mean, Vietnam was definitely a more controversial one where
it definitely was. Yeah,
a lot of people weren't happy about it, but either way, it's like, you know, half of people are trying to throw a parade for you and thank you for your service and everything, and you just like,
and the other half are spitting on you,
right? Yeah. And you know, 3 weeks ago you were just in a village with the flamethrower, just like being told to light everything up. I don't know if I told you about this, but you know, like I went to Vietnam for 2 weeks.
Oh, I didn't know that. No.
This was it's 2025.
I was gonna say, was it 68 you were there?
No, 69 right after.
Tough year.
No, it was I graduated college 2019, so it was summer of 2018. So I guess it was six and a half years ago now. Damn, that's 6.5 years. Yeah. I was in Vietnam 6.5 years ago for like 2 weeks with a group of people, and it's a beautiful country. A lot of really cool stuff. I won't get into like the whole country now, but basically at the end of my trip, I went to Ho Chi Minh City, Saigon. Okay. It's like their big city. I think their capital might be up north, but it's their big city, and it was the capital of the south.
So that's where that famous photo of that helicopter leaving. It's called like Escape from Saigon. Yes, there's that famous photo.
It might that's
Saigon.
I forget what city that's in. I'm
pretty sure. I might be wrong, but I thought it was.
No, I'll take your word
Jamie,
for it.
pull that up.
Yeah, Jamie, pull it up, buddy.
I think it's called Escape from Saigon, that photo. Dude, hold on. Finish your thought, but I wanted to bring something up after that.
Oh, yeah. So they call the Vietnam War, which I hadn't thought about this before going over there. They call the Vietnam War the American War.
That's pretty funny.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Because we invade.
It's not the Vietnam War to them, you know.
Yeah.
So I went to the American War Museum
in Vietnam,
in Ho Chi Minh City.
Okay.
And I had seen like some stuff on the Vietnam War. I had like heard it was kind of brutal, but I just figured it was going to be like all kind of like artifacts and stuff like that.
Right.
So I'm with my two buddies from high school, and the whole like outside of it is all like tanks and helicopters and planes, some of which like were theirs, and some of which were like ones that they took from the U.S. military. Mm-hmm. And it was really cool, and it was kind of like what I expected. Like we were, you know, like taking pictures with everything, like smiling, like you know, no, it's looking like you kind of like jump on top of one of them, like, get my picture, and I got my like mid calf American flag socks on during this whole thing.
You were,
which at the time, like I thought was a good.
Going back, would you wear them again?
So
that's really funny, James. That you wear. I'm in Vietnam. Let me wear my fucking my knee high American socks.
Yeah. Meanwhile, like
Oh
the whole
my
trip, I'm going through
God.
the country, and like you get the occasional like older person there who's looking at you like
they're gonna beat the shit out of you
because they fought in that war, or their brother did, or their cousin, or parent, and whoever. And it wasn't that long ago.
It really wasn't. If you think about it, that war lasted like 16 years, and it ended at, I think, Jamie might have to pull it up, but I think it ended like
Yeah, pull it up, Jamie.
70
Yeah.
on the dot, maybe.
I'll add a blurb.
Yeah, I might be wrong, but I thought I ended around there. But it started, I think, at the end of the 60s, early 70s, or ended then.
Okay. So
not that long ago, dude.
Yeah, so not that long ago. So I'm walking through the outside, then we go inside. The whole bottom floor, kind of similar stuff. It's like very just like factual information, like
big piece of
about
equipment.
the war, like like this battle was fought at this time. The war started and ended here, and then like guns and grenades. Well, just like pieces of equipment that you can kind of look at as you go through. Then you go up to the next floor, and at that point, that's when I was like, what I was not ready for was you walk into this room and instantly it's just every picture you could possibly imagine of American troops just committing like horrendous acts, like war, just like war crime after war crime after war crime.
I've heard some fucked up shit.
And it's a propaganda. At that point, I realized it's a propaganda museum, but that doesn't mean just because it's propaganda doesn't mean these pictures aren't totally real pictures. Like propaganda is, they're just trying to get across a specific point of the Americans
like, hey,
did horrible things, but that doesn't mean that it's not true either.
Yeah, dude, that's the thing.
There
man.
was some really horrible stuff. I'll try not to go into like too much detail, but like a lot of dead bodies, pictures of people while they're still alive being killed. One of the most horrible ones I saw was an American soldier, like looking at the camera, I think smiling, but at least looking at the camera, holding his gun up in the air like this, with like half the body of a child like propped up, looking at the camera. And at that point, I was a little embarrassed. I was wearing the American flag stuff.
Yeah, I would have gone to the bathroom and taken those off. Yeah. Honestly, dude, I wouldn't have brought on the Vietnam in the first place. But
I think I did. They were just one of the pairs of socks that I had.
Just
Probably,
coincidentally,
I was in college, or probably the 6 pairs of socks that I had.
just wore just eagle socks, bro.
I know. But, yes, and my one friend actually was like getting so sick from it, like he left the museum.
Oh, man.
But I was like, I'm wearing the American flag socks. Like, I gotta keep going at this. But like, I was like, I can't.
Might as well
leave
see
now.
everything
like,
you
I
can see.
gotta see this through. So I go through the whole thing, and then I go through that whole floor. Then the top floor is all pictures of the Agent Orange. You know what that is?
I know exactly what Agent Orange is.
All the stuff that we dropped. On them.
Yeah, it's awful stuff.
These chemicals that we dropped.
A lot of those guys, like U.S. troops that were over there, are now sick because of Agent Orange. A lot of them have cancer and stuff like that. It's bad.
Can you tell me off this?
Yeah, absolutely. So this one's gonna be a little more hoppy, but I think you'll like it. If not, I don't blame you.
I'm drinking it either way.
Yeah, no worries. Give you a good buzz. Yeah, dude, all wars are bad. Vietnam was particularly fucked for a lot of reasons. Dude, the Ukraine war right now is So like people, I saw a trend. People were posting similarities between like photos of World War One and then photos of the Ukraine war now, and how trench warfare.
Sure it's bad.
Yeah, trench warfare is one of the most brutal, like fucked up ways to fight, and it doesn't really cover like you don't gain or lose anything with trench warfare. You can lose something, but trench warfare is you're digging down and then fighting someone else who's also dug down. Like,
right.
It's not. From what I learned in school and remember,
nasty stuff, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like.
Well, have you ever seen and I did want to finish the story with the Vietnam thing, but
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
No worries. Yeah. Have you seen All Quiet on the Western Front?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it when the new one.
Okay, yeah.
The one that came out a few years ago.
Yeah. Apparently,
so that's a remake.
Very accurate. Okay,
yeah.
Apparently it's a very accurate kind of description of what it was like. I mean, that movie it's pretty horrifying, honestly.
Dude, the scene. I'm sure you remember the scene when he's in the crater. Those big craters,
and he's killing the
he's
guy,
stuffing the dirt.
And then he feels bad about it.
Oh my god! So another that's a horrible scene. But you know what else is horrible about those craters? They would be in real life. They would be so deep and steep. Soldiers would be stuck down there and just starve to death.
No way.
Yeah, or they would bleed out because they would get shot and you couldn't climb out. Yeah, because they were so steep, dude. And
you don't think, probably the way they actually went is probably like the bowl is just like straight up.
And it's all gravel, dude, and like they're filled with water at the bottom because they fill up blood. It's just
brutal,
dude. And like the whole entire landscape is scorched. It's just scorched earth, bro. Everything's blown up, and that's the thing about all wars, bro. It's like a part of me wants to go to the Auschwitz Museum. And like really, I feel like everyone has to.
It's good to see because
you need to see.
A lot of people don't want to see stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's so horrible. Why would you want to look at something like that? It's like I feel like everyone needs to know about it so we don't repeat
exactly
and let it happen again.
And people need to realize how long ago that really wasn't. Like that
not at all.
Not at all.
80 years. Dude, it was like 80. It was literally
our grandparents were fighting in that.
World War II ended like 80 years ago.
It's
not that long.
It's a lifetime ago. Like it's literally a lifetime ago. Like it's the fact that there is this huge and there's genocides going on today. Obviously, there's awful things going on of conflict, minerals and everything like that, and like modern day slavery.
There's a ton of horrible things going on.
But for the fact that 80 years ago there was a country in Europe that was trying to take over the world, like
and cleanse and
try to cleanse from some methed out crazy man.
Yeah, that guy was fucking insane.
Yeah, and he loved drugs apparently.
That guy,
according to some of the new experts saying that he was.
There's a guy on Joe Rogan who really talked about the drug. But before I forget,
we keep trailing off, dude.
Before I forget, let me finish the thing. So I go. The top floor is all the Agent Orange. So you just the whole time you're going through, looking at all the pictures. So it essentially like burn these people alive, like give them these horrible deformities, and then it gave all of like their children, like all the kids that were born from people who were affected by Agent Orange. They were all horribly deformed.
Like the birth defects.
There's I don't know how many.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people in Vietnam that are alive today that were like horribly affected by this Agent Orange. Mm-hmm. So the whole time I'm going through the top floor, there's this like really sad piano music playing the whole time, right? And I'm like, oh my God, they got to turn this music off. Like, it's like making me like, I'm like about to cry. I'm not crying, but like, I'm like about to pretty much the whole time. Cause I'm like, what the fuck? I'm looking at these like horrible pictures. Like, it's like just brutal. And then I finally get to the end of it. I'm like, all right, thank God I'm done. And I walk out of this door and into the next room, and sitting there on like a large like grand piano mic'd up into the sound system is this guy who was directly hit with Agent Orange, like and it was like his forehead just went like straight down to here, and he had like nothing, like it was like literally just like it was crazy. It was like it wasn't even like a movie. You see someone without eyes and it's like their eyes are closed and it was just a solid
it was like sheet of skin,
solid like straight down.
I know what you mean.
And he was just playing this like beautiful sad...
Was this a recording or is this a guy physically in the room?
This guy was this guy was closer to me.
Like he was sitting in there. Okay, yeah.
Right now.
That's
and
oh my god, dude.
Playing this like sep, yeah, and dude, I just lost it. Like I just started fucking bawling my eyes out. I was like,
it's terrible, yeah.
What the fuck? I was like, oh my god. I was like, I mean, if this is a propaganda museum, they got me hook, line, and sinker because
yeah. Well, seriously,
we did go over there and we did do really horrible things, and the argument was to protect the free world from communism. And
they wanted to stop the domino effect. They didn't want communism to spread, but in reality, it was Vietnam falling to the Soviet. We lost
the war, and Vietnam is a communist country now,
and nothing has changed.
Right.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Dude, and then there was a time that like Chernobyl, like the butterfly effect of Chernobyl, and how long is that going to affect, and like people in that area, right. Even if you're out of the exclusion zone, which is like a 30-mile radius, people are still having birth defects, like people are still getting sick, like it's not the best thing.
They're still getting sick now. I thought it was like deemed
like there's I read in a book that there's like birth defects, like there's an increase of birth defects in that area. You know what I mean?
It's still not great.
It's not great. It's not terrible, but it's like it's not the best. And then there was a book I wanted to read. It was firsthand accounts of the Hiroshima bombing. Yeah, and I didn't get to read it. I saw some
like documentary stuff on that a while back, and it's always tough.
I can't imagine what any of those stories would be. I can't even.
This is a really tough question.
Yeah.
What is your opinion on like the moral implication of dropping?
I knew you were gonna ask that. I don't have an answer, bro. Because we used to talk about this since high school, man. You remember our teachers would ask that, like, do you think that they should have done
like
that?
Philosophy class.
And I would sit there with my mouth open, but like, I don't know. Like, morally,
I went to a Catholic school, so they would.
Dude, no, obviously no. They shouldn't have dropped nuclear bombs on cities. They shouldn't have done that.
Well, yeah.
Right? Because they're innocent people in the cities. So I guess the right answer is, morally, the answer is no.
The Christian answer, at the very least, is that the ends never justify the means. So it's like, but I do get a little bit caught up with some of that, because it's like that train, like, experiment thing where it's like,
I know you're talking about the drawing.
Yeah, but it's like if there's a guy in front of you and you have to shoot him in the head and you save 1 million people, if someone else is going to drop from my understanding of the Christian answer to this, and probably Jewish and Muslim, most other religions, is that if you have a guy in front of you and you're given a gun and they say, shoot this guy in the head, and we will not drop a nuclear bomb, killing 1 million people in this city.
Excuse me.
The answer is that you don't do it, because the ends don't justify the means, and it's not on you that they're going to drop the bomb. But then at the same time, it's like, well, I don't want 1 million people to die.
Yeah, did you see Oppenheimer, dude? Like,
yes, yeah. And that's the argument on a different scale for dropping the nuclear bombs, is that their argument, at least, was if we didn't do this, we could be costing the entire free world their freedom and possibly their lives.
I did research on this a little bit, and they did have a plan to invade Japan, like U.S. forces. They were getting ready
to invade Japan.
I don't think we were actually on Japanese territory.
No, we were. We were in all they had
those southern islands.
A ton of islands.
Yeah, but I don't think we were on the mainland.
No, I don't think we made it to the mainland.
We were on those southern islands.
Japan.
Yeah. But there was a I think there was a name. It was like Operation something, but it was to get to the mainland, like to get to Tokyo.
Right. I think I'm sure we would have gotten there eventually.
It was either that or the bombs, I'm pretty sure, and they chose the bombs.
Right, and I'm sure we would have gotten there eventually. It's just how many lives lost in the process. Probably not as much as the bombs. I don't really know.
Dude, the thing with the bomb is like those cities were like
full of innocent people.
Full of innocent people, you know, like
right. At least in the war, you can make an argument that. Well,
if you dropped it on a bunch of,
really
I don't know enough either, but like if we're talking about morally, was it right or wrong, dude? Those were innocent people in that city.
100%.
There's children, women, old people.
100%.
Like, yeah, it's just, and you know, this is all like.
I mean, just change it to here, and you'd be like,
yeah, it's exactly. It's like bombing. It's like doing like New York City.
Drops a bomb over us right now, and of course you'd be like, no,
that was awful. Yeah, why would you do that?
Don't kill us. Like,
so yeah, dude, bro, World War II was fucked. Like, this is like Vietnam. They're all fucked, man. This goes back to that line from Always Sunny. It's like the Republican and the liberal were all just getting blasted in the ass, dude.
I feel like every podcast I do is just gonna end up going back to war and death and politics.
Yeah, dude, that's the today's world, man.
It's how it goes, man.
That's what we can also talk about, like Sea of Thieves, like some video games coming out.
Yeah, that's true.
We should change it up more, something more positive. It's been pretty. Yeah. It's pretty gloomy recently.
God of War on the top.
Playoffs. Yeah, we could talk about. Yeah. Do you think the Birds are gonna win the Super Bowl? Realistically,
I think they look way better than they did. Obviously, than they did last year because they shit.
Oh my god, last year was a joke, dude. Last year was an embarrassment.
I can't tell. I'm actually going to the game on Sunday.
Sunday, really?
Yeah.
Green Bay.
Yeah, my buddy John.
Oh, dude, they got engaged, right?
Yeah,
that's awesome. Hell yeah, congrats! I saw that on Instagram. That's awesome, man. In Paris, France, man. That's very romantic.
They did. He got the photographer and everything.
I saw that, dude. He had candles lit. Yeah,
he did a good job.
That's awesome. They're some of my favorite of your friends, dude. I love those two.
Yeah, they're good people.
They're good people. Yeah.
Good people. Yeah, no, he has he's got season tickets.
Oh, that's sick. Yeah.
Well, he doesn't. He bought the seats like a couple years ago, so that's
season tickets, right?
It's a little bit different. Season tickets, I think you have to buy. You buy all the tickets before the season.
I always thought you just bought the seats. I might be wrong though.
No, season tickets. I think you pay for all the tickets ahead of the season, and then you can do with them whatever you want.
Okay.
And then buying the seats, and like I said, there's a chance I may be wrong about this, but buying the seats, you buy the right to the seats, and then so John kind of like owns the seats, and then every single game he has the option of paying face value for the tickets, or he can. I guess he could give them up, but he obviously would never do that. Or he'll pay face value and then he resells them.
Okay. Yeah.
So like he'll do really well. Like we're gonna go to this one on Sunday, and then I think he's gonna sell the rest of the tickets because dude, there's just too much money to be made,
especially in playoff season.
Oh my god, dude, they're gonna go for so much. I mean, the face value for these is $250 a pop.
Yeah, and I'm sure
and that's the first playoff game. So.
And dude, like they're definitely gonna beat Green Bay.
I think so, and I hope so. I think we. I don't know. I really do feel like we're going back to the Super Bowl this year, and I feel like we're gonna win the Super Bowl. But,
dude, there's a lot of fucking good teams. But I will say, before we move on, I'm impressed that with Jalen Hurts being out, what's that? I don't know the dude Pickett's first name. What's his first name?
Kenny Pickett.
Kenny Pickett. He did very well.
And then McKee.
Yeah, McKee. I'm impressed with those guys.
Yeah.
And it's cool to see, you know, every other team you see the secondary QB come in and they just immediately, they're like, oh, they're dog shit. Like even Carson Wentz, you're like, oh, this dude just lost his game. But you see these guys come in and they click like right away with the team. I think that's a really good sign.
Yeah, Pickett I felt bad for because like,
I like Pickett. He did all right.
No, he's good. He's from like the Philly area.
No, he's from I think he's from Ocean County, dude.
Well,
or he's
South Jersey.
Yeah, Philly he's area. Like closer towards Manahawkin.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he I know he said he like grew up around the area and like grew up a huge Eagles fan.
He grew up in South Jersey.
He came in with already having a rib injury, so I feel like that set him back.
And he got hurt a few games ago, right?
And then he got tackled pretty hard. And just busted his ribs. Like even they were already bruised.
Is that what happened? He busted his ribs.
Yeah, broke them or just bruised them worse. And then he had to come out. McKee to come in. McKee was actually playing a little bit better than he was.
Okay.
like has played better than he was. But
Yeah.
I don't want to shit on Pickett though, because like one, he's one of my people, you know, and then, two, like he was like already kind of hurt coming in. So no, he played just fine. Like honestly, he played good.
Yeah.
But I mean, dude, Hurts is, you miss him when he's not in there, man. He's
as long as he
really
throws
fun to watch. He's a really fun quarterback to watch.
Yeah, he just like is that last year. As long as he just doesn't do what he does last year, like
It wasn't even on him though, man. There was a lot of elements to that. I remember the end of last year, like our entire defense, like a guy on the other team would catch the ball, and our dudes would just like bounce off him like
I
a
do
marshmallow.
remember that, yeah.
Like it was like insane. Like it was like every single play was like in these like missed tackles where they would dive for the feet and just like slam on the ground and miss. Like it was just a mess. And it really just it I think we started that season like 11-1, and then we just like lost out.
yeah,
It was right around there. I think it was like 11-1.
it was like we were
really think
10
it was
and
11-0.
I think we got up to 10-0, and then we lost one, and then we got to 11-1, and then it just started falling apart. And then we were in the playoffs already, and then the first playoffs game against Tampa Bay was just like shit the bed, dude.
Yeah, it was a mess, man. I don't.
That's
We look
funny,
like a
dude.
totally different team, very well-rounded team. As long as we can stay. I mean, we're have a couple guys hurt right now, but as long as we can stay as healthy
I mean, you got Barkley too, so
as
that's
we
a good
can,
sign.
that's right.
We got the man.
That's fucking right.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Dude, that guy's got the team on his
That
shoulders.
dude's not human, bro. That guy is not human.
No, he's not at all.
Yeah, he's awesome. Dude, if I wanted to see, like, let's say the Eagles get knocked out, I want to see Detroit do really well. I like the Lions. I think I like the coach, and I think they're a good team.
I'd like to see the Bills.
Bills, yeah, they're a good team.
By the time this comes out,
Will we know the answer by the time this comes out, you think?
it'll either be probably right after this. I'm gonna release this in like a month from now.
Yeah.
So
We'll know the answer.
we'll probably know who won the Super Bowl.
So, say your prediction. You think it's going to be the Eagles?
The Eagles are going to win the Super Bowl against the Bills, and they're going to win 34-20. And the Chiefs are not going to be in the fucking Super Bowl because I hate the Chiefs.
Me too. I think they are going to be in the Super Bowl, though.
They are 100%.
Yes, 100%. I think.
But no.
I think it's going to come down to either Bills and Chiefs or Detroit and Chiefs. I think it might come down to that. I want the Eagles to go, obviously.
It would be cool to see the Lions do them well.
Yeah.
For sure.
I like the Lions. But I know the Chiefs are going to be in the Super Bowl because why the fuck wouldn't they
That's
be?
the story that was written.
Yeah, it's already predetermined.
Yeah. All right, yeah, we'll move on from football because it's, like I said, whoever's listening to this already
Knows the... Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Most fools are trying to figure it out in the past right now.
Talking in past tense.
What do you think about the drones, man?
About the what?
The drones.
The drone? Oh, bro. Would you believe me if I told you I saw one or two?
Absolutely not. No
You wouldn't?
way.
No?
Never.
I think I did. You know what, dude?
Damn.
So I
believe you 100%.
yeah. So you know where I live without giving out details.
I know where you live.
I live right in the bay.
That's right.
That's
right.
This is the peak of it. These drones talk.
Like
this
a month ago, or
this is like a few weeks ago. It's peak. Kate's at the gym, and I'm sitting in the kitchen. I'm like, what are the fucking odds there's a drone outside? I'm like washing dishes, and I go out and like, you know, my screen door. I peek out my screen door and I see something, just like a light blinking. I'm like, oh, look at that plane, but it's not moving. Like it's hovering, but it's not moving. I'm like, oh, it's just a plane coming towards me. And then I do see a plane up there, like in the distance behind it, moving this way. But I see this light still hovering in front of me, or in front of that plane. Like there's two lights I see now. So one's obviously a plane going that way, and the other one's just hovering there. I'm like, all right, what's that? And then all of a sudden I see it move, like maybe a good like chunk in the sky over here, and it stops again, and it keeps blinking. And all of a sudden I see another one come up right next to it. and then these two blinking lights are like hovering
Right.
next to each other, and then they both go this way over my condo, and I'm just like, nah, this is none of my business, and I go right back inside, dude. I was
Doesn't
like,
pertain to me.
yeah, he's like, that it freaked me out because like those aren't airplanes, because I have a drone. I have like one of those home like
Little guys.
yeah, little parrot thing. And dude, you can tell they're like, people are like, oh no, they're just planes. Like, no, a plane is constant, it's always moving. Like, this drone was hovering, flashing constantly, would keep flashing, stop, keep flashing. Like, it was clearly a drone, and it had another one that met up, and they both went away together. So
That's very weird. That's very strange.
Dude, I'm not a conspiracy theory guy, but I was like, literally, my reaction was, my reaction was like, this is none of my business. I was like, I'm gonna go inside and watch Family Guy. I was like,
What the hell are they doing, man?
I don't know, dude. I heard two conspiracy theories that I could possibly believe. More than likely, it's our own government doing something, but the other one is the one theory I heard is it's Chinese submarines off the coast, and they're sending drones up as a power move, just to say that they can. They're not doing anything. They're not trying to harm us. They're just saying, "Hey, what's up?" As like a flex.
I heard that. I heard they're exactly.
Yeah.
I heard they're flexing their tech.
Let them flex.
I heard some stuff with the bomber who set off the bomb in front of
the
Trump
Tesla
Tower in
truck.
Vegas.
Yeah, I saw that on the Sean Ryan show.
And
Like,
they released like apparently his emails that said that he knew he was working for the government on some type of anti. I don't even want to.
It sounds so complex and crazy.
He had a lot of details for it though, but yeah, where it's like this some type of anti-gravity program that the United States government has like figured out, and we have that technology, and then China is now flexing to us that they also
have it. Let them flex if that is it, dude. Like,
I mean,
the other thing I heard from it was that apparently the other theory is that if they are ours, like the U.S. government's, it's that we lost some nuclear material, and they're sending these drones to look out for gamma radiation in certain spots. They're just scanning the Earth.
I saw the same shit. I don't want to get too much in it because I was talking about it last time.
Yeah, me neither. It's kind of old news at this point, right?
Old news, and who knows, maybe never solved news. Trumpy's claiming that he's going to... he's claiming that the government knows exactly what it is, and they're not...
Yeah. Someone knows what it is.
I don't know.
Someone knows. Dude, we have a big...
Can I get it?
Yeah, we have a big Air Force base right down the road from here. If we were really in danger, we would see those jets scrambling,
Right.
We have a whole, like, there's like 20 F-16s down the road. Like, they would be firing
down
off
the road?
in Egg Harbor Township.
They have
military
base?
Oh, yeah, dude. The 177th Fighter Wing, bro. Those guys are badass, dude.
I feel
a
little more protected now.
Oh, yeah, they're awesome, dude. When I was a Cub Scout, I went there on a little tour. Those dudes are sick. Yeah.
Nice.
But there's like 20 F-16s over there, dude. If there was really like a threat, those guys would be on it. Like,
okay.
You know what I mean? That's how I think about
you
it.
feel good.
Yeah, right. Like if you if you really think about it, like if there's anything in the sky, those guys would handle it, right? That makes me feel safer. Yeah. Yeah. No.
Yeah, man. We're fucking rolling though. As we close out, I do want to give you a chance, if you'd like to tell everybody just about the brewery, like where people can find you guys, and like I guess like what you guys are all about.
Yeah, it's brewery I'm at is Hinsands Brewing Company. Been here since 2018. It's nice. We make over 12 beers. You tried our Pilsner and our IPA. They're all pretty light and tasty, good for the Jersey.
Good stuff.
Yeah, it's like we tried to account for like the Jersey Shore vibe. You know what I mean? Like keep it light, something you can have on the beach. But if you do want something heavier, like a porter or an IPA, we do have those too. So we have a whole range of stuff. And then we have like if you do want something like sweet that's like one of your Seattle iced teas or a stateside or even like a White Claw, we have our Citrus Splash, which is pretty much, I like to tell people it's a Fanta with alcohol in it. Doesn't even taste like a beer. It's pretty much an orange soda with some.
I'll have to try that one. I don't know.
You would like that, yeah.
I've had that one. Yeah,
that beer's good. because for us, like, not everyone likes beer, obviously.
Yeah.
We were talking about that earlier. That beer is nice because it's, like I said, an orange soda with alcohol in it. So really, it's like that appeals to that sweet. People start seeking that sweet high noon, like stateside stuff. So I should have brought you some of that today.
Yeah, I'll try it another time.
Yeah, we have plenty of that. So that's the thing about Hidden Sands I think is good is we try to be flexible with all our styles, and we have over 12. And then we also have a good amount of event space. So we do cater to a lot of like wedding planning or like people that want to do not wedding planning, like want to do wedding rehearsals there. So we have a good amount of space, and then we try to be flexible with our beers. So I would say we're pretty well rounded, but definitely come by and try Hidden Sands beer, and also any brewery or craft alcohol place or craft.
Yeah, there is, like Kyle said, there's a lot.
There's a lot in Jersey. Yeah, Jersey's
100%.
Yeah, and you know, there's a lot of places in AC, any of these shore towns, any part of New Jersey you're gonna find a distillery or a brewery or any sort of winery. There's a lot. I feel like the common misconception of New Jersey. Excuse me, I keep burping. It's the beer. Common misconception of New Jersey is love The Sopranos, but it shows a very industrial New Jersey in the promo.
That's true. It's
most New Jersey.
Newark.
It's the
Newark.
It's the Newark
North
Turnpike
Jersey
area of Jersey, which you see from New York City.
Yeah.
So people think New Jersey is this industrial block.
Nah, New Jersey's a
lush green area.
Multifaceted place, man. There's a lot to see. There's a lot to do.
Very tiny state, but a lot to go.
State. Yeah, heavily populated state.
Most densely populated state in the country. Yeah, and that's all because of North Jersey too. You come down here, there's like nobody.
Yeah, North Jersey's definitely got a lot of those like cookie cutter neighborhoods, like
that have been there since like forever. Yeah. But dude, South Jersey, totally different beast. It's you got the Jersey Shore, which is like it's pretty popular, pretty poppin'. But you go inward to the Pine Barrens, it's just there's no one out there.
Yeah, I know. For how densely populated New Jersey is, there's still a ton of farmland,
just dead space,
forests, and dead space. It's very funny to see.
It's cool because you'll go up to, I think all the population is in the New York area and there's on the shore, and then maybe in the Philly area, like on that part of the state,
around the border, like Trenton, Camden,
and then everything in the middle is just woods.
A lot of woods, a lot of rolling green hills. I used for one of my old jobs, I used to like drive a lot on the Pennsylvania New Jersey border. Like,
oh dude, that's no man's land out there.
Yeah, and one of the biggest things I loved about that was like, I feel like growing up was always like such a separation between Pennsylvania and New Jersey. It's like different countries almost, the way people consider themselves. And it's like you actually go up there and you drive throughout all of it, and there's no difference. Like the hills are all the same everywhere you go on either side of the border. It looks exactly the same,
bro. Yeah,
and all of it looks totally gorgeous. Like it's
really beautiful up there. Yeah,
really beautiful area. I mean, honestly, like
Delaware Water Gap area, like. You ever go up to like Mountain Creek area, like where High Point's at?
Yes,
dude. That's like like you were saying, like it's like, oh, we're so much different in Pennsylvania. Like, no, you go up to that area, you're like, no, this is just Pennsylvania.
Yeah, the East Coast is very, very gorgeous. You just need to know the correct like spots to go to and to look.
And don't believe that
really is.
All New Jersey is just as like I said, love Sopranos, but the promo is misleading. It's not all
a little bit, a little bit. The funny thing is, where like Tony's actual house is like
I've been there.
I've
driven to the house before. It's, dude, I'll tell you, that neighborhood, you look at it, you're like, oh, he's away from all the bullshit. You, as soon as you pull out of that neighborhood, you're in the thick of that North Jersey vibe. Like it's
I wonder though, 20 years ago, well, the actual
you might be right. You might be right. 20 years ago,
26 years ago today. The show first episode.
Are you serious?
Yeah, 26 years ago today.
You know, I think he was like 38 when that show popped.
Gandolfini, he was in his
8 years older than me. That's crazy, right? That's insane.
Don't say that, man.
That's insane.
You're a young kid, dude.
Nah, dude, I'm a 30-year-old boy. Yeah, he was.
Christopher was younger than you.
He was 32. When that
Was he
shit,
32?
yeah, he
Okay,
was
but
32. So he was.
His character was like 27.
No, his character was 32. I think it was.
I don't think so.
Yeah, maybe not. But the actor was 32.
So.
Yeah,
because we're watching the. I already saw it, but we're watching Many Saints in Newark right now, and Tony's in high school. And
so they fucked that up in that movie.
They might have fucked up the timeline.
They did. They fucked up the timeline
after. But I remember watching that movie once, and I was like, "This movie sucks."
The timeline, yeah.
But did you watch The Sopranos?
Many times.
Okay. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh. We probably talked about this before.
Yeah, dude. I since like my parents watched it when I was a kid, and they would watch it every Sunday, but I wasn't able to watch it. And then in high school, I
shouldn't have been able to.
in high school I started watching it, and then I got hooked, and I watched it all, and then I rewatched it a few times since then. And every time I'm
such a good show. We actually just finished. It was my third time watching. It's kind of weird. I watched once all the way through, and then once up until season 5, and then I was on like an HBO account of somebody I knew that got kicked off.
Yeah,
and then I watched it again with Kim all the way through. So it's kind of basically my third time watching it all the way through. Her first time. We finished it last night.
Wow, you finished the series last night?
Yeah, we
that's
watched
crazy.
The last episode. So it was her first time. So
she saw the
I won't
ending.
give any spoilers here, but
What'd she think?
She was at the.
I bet she was like, "What happened?"
When it ended, she was like, she looked at me. She's like, "What's going on? Like what?"
I don't know. The TV cut off.
I was like, "Keep looking."
I can't wait. Kate knows all the spoilers of that show.
Her brother was telling me.
Dude.
I hate that when people give away.
She'll be like, "Oh, is this where so and so dies?" Like, no, that's like 3 seasons from now. But you're not supposed to know that.
Like, no, just forget about that.
Dude, she was asking today. I don't know if you played The Last of Us.
I
game.
watched the show. And
So
I knew it was a video game.
Yeah, I beaten the first and second one.
Okay.
And the first game and this first season of the show are frame for frame the same thing.
Okay.
And
that's good.
Anyone that's played the second game knows
what's gonna happen.
And everyone that hasn't,
I feel like you told me that after I watched it.
And it's like it's like when you read the book before the movie comes out, you're like, you guys have no fucking clue like what's gonna happen.
Well, I'm glad like people haven't been spoiling it too much on social media.
Yeah, I would when that show gets closer to come out, I would definitely steer clear of social media.
Yeah, because there's going to be the assholes out there that
are going to be
the person to spoil it.
You're going to see a lot of dickheads. Yeah,
themselves, I guess, but it's a good show, man.
It's a good show.
Very good show.
It's an even better game. Way better game.
I'm sure it is a good game,
dude. I have it on disc. If you want to borrow it,
for
PS4, you can play it on your PS5. But you could put it
PS4 right there.
I know, but does your PS5 have a disc tray?
No.
Oh man,
I got the digital one.
Never mind.
I mean, that's a PS4 right there.
Oh, you can just hook,
saying.
you can just hook that back up. But you should definitely play The Last of Us. That's a really
I might
really good game.
I've been stuck on Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Recently, I've been obsessed with that. I mean, I'm just obsessed with like Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. So
it's been so long, man.
I played like the Budokai Tenkaichi games when I was a kid.
We talked about this, but I
nerd out on that stuff. So like when this game came, I was like dreaming about this game like every night before it came out. And
that's how I felt about Silent Hill 2.
Yeah. It didn't disappoint. It's a very fun game.
I heard it was good. Yeah.
There's a lot of people who are like spammers. Like there's like people that play the game
any
like
fighting
assholes.
Game, bro. Did I ever tell you any fighting game?
And they try to release patches to like fix things.
Yeah, they'll nerf stuff.
Right. And they've been doing that because there's been a lot of stuff that like makes the game unfair. People just use certain people and do certain moves over and over again, which is like really frustrating. But it's still such a beautiful, fun game to play, and it when you have like a really good fight in that game, it feels like you are like a character in the actual show. And I just love that. It's just so like addicting to me, to like that feeling of like, it makes me feel like I'm a kid again. Like it makes me feel like I'm 12 years old.
I get that.
Like, you know what I mean? Like it's like there's nothing beats that.
Dude, I get that a lot because like we were talking about earlier, me and my friends have been playing Sea of Thieves. And
I know my buddies keep trying to get me to play.
Yeah,
it looks so fun, and I keep not play. He always sends me the one video. I'm not even gonna attempt to do it. There's like a funny video on social media.
I got you.
It's like Captain. And like,
I think I've seen that. Yeah,
boat, like pulling up to them, to like, attack them and take it over.
That very much happens in that game. Like you'll be doing something on an island, a boat will just come up and ram you, and it's like some third grader. He's like, say goodbye to your ship, and you just see it sinking.
Can you hear them?
Yeah, there's a game chat. Dude, that literally happened one time. We were playing. So funny, we're all in our late 20s, and some fucking 5th grader destroys us and like sinks our ship. I'm like, damn, dude, no. It's very humbling. But that game, the reason I brought it up is because it's the same thing. Like when you're steering the ship and like with your friends, and like you're all like, someone's setting the sail, someone's loading the cannon, someone's steering. It's like, man, this is fucking fun. Like you feel like you're part of a crew.
I gotta get on it now. If any of my friends listen to this, they're gonna. If I haven't started playing with them by the time they listen to this, they're gonna shit on me for not, because it does look really.
You should definitely play. Yeah, you can play by yourself or up to 6 people. Yeah. But it's only fun if you play with your friends.
I don't know if I'm ever gonna stop playing video games, but I think
definitely not.
I think when we're like 50 years old, video games are going to get so good that it's going to be like way too fun not to play. Like, I mean, like the VR stuff. The VR is a big one. It's going to be totally incredible. It might look totally real, or like almost completely real, where you can kind of like almost insert yourself into the game.
That was going to bring up,
and then like we could probably even like be in certain like lobbies where it's like a tier of people, like, because like if we're 50-year-old dudes, like we're gonna get smoked by the 14-year-old kids that like have no life, just go and play every night. So like we're staying in like the like 40 the old man, the gentleman's league, and like for real good, like we'll go into like the 30 to 40-year-old lobby. We're feeling real confident, even though like we're 55.
Just get humbled real fast.
And no, dude, we're gonna kill it.
Nah, dude, we're gonna win, bro. You don't know what you're talking about, dude.
But no, I think video games are just gonna keep getting better and better.
Oh, definitely. Did you see those like interactive floors they have now for VR? It's like you can set the pace, but if you want,
where you can like walk on.
Yeah, and it's like dude, I can't imagine the price, and I don't even think they're available.
Yeah, but like all this stuff, it'll get cheaper over time.
Yeah,
you know?
True. You know what I regret not getting was those flamethrowers that Elon Musk made all those years ago. You remember that? Boring Company. You know, I remember I saw, because he posted that there was like the article I saw got posted like a minute ago, and it was like only 500 available, and I like saw the website, it was like sign up now, and I was like, should I get a flamethrower?
Probably sell that thing for like $1 million.
I know. So, you know, you can't have any regrets in life.
Yeah,
that taught me a lesson. I think so. You gotta buy the flamethrower.
That's fucking no regrets, bro.
Except one regret is that.
Except many nights regretting not getting the Boring Company flamethrower. Except for that. I think that's a good place to
end it on that. Yeah.
What do you think? Yeah.
I think that's good.
We're at like 2 hours now.
It's fun. It's warm in here, so I can definitely take a break. Stretch my legs.
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's call it a night. Thanks everybody. Appreciate it.
This was fun.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
See you next time, folks.
Bye.